Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Diyingtotry. And so today I am very excited because I'm going to be doing a YouTube 101 / YouTube bootcamp kind of video. And I honestly kind of want to make this into a series if you want to see like how I edit my videos, how I make my thumbnails, stuff like that. Because I feel like watching all these videos is super helpful and it just gives a nice behind the scenes from a perspective of someone who's been doing it for over a year, like me. So yeah, I am definitely very, very excited to give you all my tips and tricks. And I honestly have had a lot of friends that have been asking about starting a YouTube channel and like my tips and tricks, so I decided to make it into a whole video so I can just refer this to them. And yeah, also if you have any questions or any things you want help with, or you might just have questions about starting a YouTube channel, feel free to comment them down below and I will definitely answer them. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So if you see me looking down, I just have my YouTube 101 little notes right here. So I decided that I'm going to start from the very, very beginning of how to start a channel with the very first thing that you need to do, which is decide what type of channel you want to make, whether it's gaming or beauty or music or covers or dance or whatever it is. Just do something that you're passionate about and you'll look forward to making videos on. So once you have your channel theme / like what you're going to make your channel about, you need to think of a clever name. It doesn't even have to be clever, you can just do your name. I decided to do a clever name and I honestly kind of like it, but for those of you who just want to do your name or your first and middle name or something like that, that's totally fine. But obviously it's totally up to you and you can just make it whatever you want or whatever you think would be fun. And I know some people when they start out they don't really want their friends to know, so if that was the case, you could just have your channel name be something and then later change it to your name whenever you end up finding out. I don't know, just whatever you're comfortable with and whatever your like parents are comfortable with you sharing, then I would just work with that. Okay, so before you post any videos, I would recommend making channel art, and this will just be something that when people find your channel for the first time, they're like, oh, this looks like a put together channel, rather than like, oh, it looks like they just made a Google account and then created a name. Basically, for those who don't know what channel art is the little profile picture that you guys can see here. And so that is a picture that you can take and just upload, or you can get one from Google. I'd recommend taking a picture of yourself, or if you don't really want to have your face in it, you can just do something that reflects your channel. But also just think about if you're doing makeup and beauty and you just have your name as the title, they don't really know what kind of videos you make, so sometimes it's nice to either have a sort of hint of what kind of channel you have in your name or in your picture. I hope that makes sense. Next thing is a little bit more complicated, but it is to make a channel banner. And so this is basically when you click on my channel name, there will be a banner that is displayed at the top. So I honestly, when I first started out, I added like pictures of myself and I had it like all fancy, and now I just honestly have my name and then what days that I upload, just so you guys can kind of know, because I think it's nice to know if you find a new YouTuber when to look for their videos on what day. And also it's nice to have your social media handles so they can follow you if they like really like your videos, which you definitely guys should do. Self-promo, follow all of my social media things that I'll put right here. But yeah, I would definitely recommend doing that. And so I like to make mine on PicMonkey.com, and if you just search YouTube banner or channel art template, then it'll just come up with a template that you can use, and there are a ton of tutorials on it, and it's honestly super self-explanatory, but it just makes your channel look so much more professional. So this is a little side note that I just kind of thought of, but when I was talking about social media, I would definitely recommend either, if you're comfortable with it, linking your regular social media like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, whatever, stuff like that, YouNow, all of that stuff, either link it from like your personal things to your YouTube, so like you have them follow you on your personal things, or if you start a whole new one for your YouTube, which is what I did. So I just have all of my handles are just Diyingtotry, which is a lot easier, and also it's just more of like my private life and my YouTube life is kind of separated, which I personally like. But if you just want to combine it, of course that totally is fine too. Okay, so another thing that I'd recommend, just sort of updating when you are first starting your channel, is to have like the little about me section, and I would just suggest putting like, there's a space where you can put like your business email and then your country. And then I just like to type like different kind of videos I like to do. I like to do makeup, DIYs, like more lifestyle videos, stuff like that, just so people can kind of know. Because for those of you who didn't know, if you're looking through a comment section of someone else's videos, you hover over the mouse thing over their profile picture, it will come up with a little blurb of like, it'll take the first like 5 or so sentences of their about me or bio. And that way you can kind of read that before you actually click on their channel. So I recommend doing that, because honestly I found a ton of cool YouTubers through just like looking, seeing their profile picture, thinking they look cool, reading their about me, and then being like, okay, I want to subscribe to them. Once you have all of that set up, it is time to film your first video, which is nerve-wracking and exciting at the same time. So there's sort of 4 things that you want to focus on. good lighting, good content, good quality, good editing. You're not going to be perfect when you first start, I guarantee it. I started out with a little handy cam Sony camera, which I mean was decent, but it wasn't great. So I have definitely progressed from here. I got a new camera, but always just don't expect to be 100% perfect because you will make mistakes. You will look back on your videos like 6 months or a year from then and be like, wow, what was I thinking? That's just sort of like as you grow up, it's kind of what happens. So I personally would just make a video that you're proud of now, and that's super important, I feel like. So starting off with lighting, I use 2 different types of lighting. I use studio umbrella lights, which I will try to remember to link down below, and I also use natural lighting from my windows. So I would recommend natural light if you have it, but honestly sometimes I like to sit in different locations. So right now my windows are over there, so I have just a one studio light umbrella light thing right in front of me just to give a little bit nicer light. But of course when you're first starting out, you do not need to have studio lights or anything like that. Just start out with natural light and then just work your way up. As for filming, like I said, I used to use a Sony Handycam video camera thing, and then I progressed into getting my camera, which is the EOS Canon Rebel T5i, which I really like, and I honestly think I'll keep for a very long time. Once you have a good camera body, you can just kind of work up from lenses, and it'll still have like the desired look slash like quality. If that made sense, definitely when I was first starting my channel, it was kind of hard and so much stuff was confusing and I didn't know anything about cameras. Honestly, there's so much that I'm sure my camera can do that I do not know how to work, but at least for right now, I'm just kind of learning little by little and watching more and more videos, so hopefully this is like a nice starter kit sort of thing. As for content, my biggest, strongest advice is make videos that you want to make. Make videos that you're passionate about. Do not make videos because it's like a super popular thing. You kind of have to think like, does it make sense? Because do I want to make stuff that I honestly don't even like just to get views? Or do I want to make something that makes me happy and I'm passionate about and maybe not get as many views? Just kind of think about that. It's honestly totally up to you of what you want to do, and if you decide that maybe you just want to make videos that whatever the biggest trends are and that you want that to be your thing, that's fine, but I just like to make videos that I'm passionate about. As for editing, I'm not going to talk a ton about this because I want to make a whole video dedicated to editing and another one to thumbnails. So I will at some point. Just comment down below if you guys want me to do that. But as for editing, I would say I only really know anything about Mac stuff, so I apologize if you have a different kind of computer. The 2 softwares for Mac are iMovie, which is free and comes pre-installed on your Mac, and then Final Cut Pro is $300, but I have used the trial multiple times actually, and it is amazing. Oh my gosh, I literally am obsessed with it. There's so many things you can do, but definitely I would say start with iMovie if you can, or even if you just want to edit using iMovie from your phone, because I know they have that app pre-installed on iPhones, and then just kind of work your way from there. Honestly, I've seen amazingly edited videos that people edit from phones, which I think is mind-blowing. I just feel like a Mac is easier, but of course if you don't have access to that, then I understand that can be a little bit more difficult. So really quickly, like I said, I'm going to have a whole other video on thumbnails, but a few different things that I would recommend for thumbnails is to use either pigmonkey.com or pixlr.com, or I'm pretty sure it's called like Fonto or Photo. On the App Store. Basically, those are all great ways to edit pictures slash thumbnails. So basically the average size thumbnail, like the dimensions, is 1280 by 720. And so basically just type that into pigmonkey.com and then you can add pictures and drawings and text and everything. Choose Pixlr for some things, like having little outlines on text and also having like outlines of pictures and stuff. And sometimes it's nice because I can like erase the background using Pixlr, which is a little bit more complicated. So I'd recommend starting out with PigMonkey because it's free and easy, and then working your way up to Pixlr and stuff like that. I always knew that thumbnails were important, but I guess I never realized like how important they are, because when I'm looking for a video and I search something, I'm looking for the most bright thumbnail because it looks the most interesting to watch. This next tip is something that I didn't really understand how important it was until later on, but I definitely cannot stress this enough. When you're first starting out, it is very important to develop a filming and uploading schedule. And honestly, filming is as important because it's just whenever you have free time. In the summer, it's definitely a lot more open, but in the school year, it's definitely, I have to run a tight ship. On the weekends, it's like dedicated to filming because I just have no time after school. But we don't use that word, I forgot. It's summer, right? Okay. So, it's just very important to have an uploading schedule, whether you upload every single day, which people who do that, I just cannot tell you how much I respect you. Like, wow. Anyway, if you upload once a week, twice a week, 4 times a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever it is, just let people know. You'll be able to have more viewers because people will know when to check their subscription boxes for your videos. Even a certain time would be really nice. I'd recommend uploading on either like Saturday, Sunday, or maybe Wednesday, because Wednesday's like in the middle of the week, but Saturday and Sunday are like the most busy video uploading times on YouTube. There's more competition for like who's gonna click on your video. There's also more people on YouTube to watch videos rather than like days in the middle of the week, especially as summer comes to a close, which is not happening yet, at least for me. Alright, so the description box is something that people I think take for granted, and they just put like thanks for watching, which is honestly what I do on my vlog channel. But on my main channel I like to have a section for frequently asked questions, like what camera do I use, what thing do I use to edit, like what days you upload, stuff like that. So for music, definitely this is something that makes me so mad, because I see so many YouTubers that use copyrighted music and I don't know how, and I still can't tell anyone how. I don't know how, honestly. So I just like to stick with the YouTube audio library or this like copyright free music channel. Put the thing right here. But yeah, I just feel like that I just like to be safe rather than sorry, because I do not want to get any strikes on my channel, or I'll be like restricted and I'll be like blocked from my channel for a certain amount of time. So I just like to stick safe and use some little melodies. Honestly, they're not super exciting and I know they're not great, but at the same time I'd rather do that than get copyrighted. And this is something that I've actually never heard anyone physically say, and I don't know why, but please respond to your comments if you want to sort of grow your channel, because I feel like when people respond to comments, I get if you're busy, like that's different, but like when someone responds to my comment, it shows me that they care and they look at all this like love that they're getting. Joy, who for those of you who probably know, who have been watching for a while, is my favorite YouTuber in the whole entire world, and she not only has responded to some of my comments that I've commented on her videos, but she also, I made a video about her called Things Mel Joy Made Me Buy, and she even commented on there, like on my own video, and it's just so sweet because it shows like she cares about her subscribers and she responds to comments and just like, I don't know, it's just as like, I think it's polite. And also, okay, so a ton of people, especially people that I know, have asked me about monetization, like do you make money off YouTube, stuff like that. The answer is yes, a very minimal, very minimal amount, but basically it's, you can put ads in your videos when you use AdSense, which is like a company sort of that works through YouTube. It's like Google AdSense, and what you do is basically you like create an AdSense account and you just verify that you have no copyrighted material in your videos, and then you basically can add ads to your videos, or they will add them for you, and that's monetizing your videos. And you get a small percentage of people either click on your ads or people watch through the ad or get an ad on your video. Like I said, it's not a ton of money at all, like none pretty much, but it is sort of like a fun little thing, I guess. The next thing is super important. Dislikes, hate comments, what else? Just like stuff like that, they don't matter. They're not important. I've gotten comments like, I don't even know, video is so boring, like that looks so bad, like why would anyone subscribe, stuff like that. And honestly, I get so many sweet comments from you guys. They like make my day. They're so sweet, and people are like, I love your channel, like this is amazing, you deserve 1 million subscribers, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like you guys are amazing, and it's like mind-blowing, and I just dropped my notebook. Thank you to each and every one of you who sends these comments, because I just want to let you know that these are not just like disregarded. They literally are so nice and I just appreciate it. But as for mean comments, honestly, I like to A, make a joke out of it, B, ignore it, or C, just respond. Like someone said like, your video is so boring, something like that. I was like, I'm really sorry, is there anything I can do to make them more interesting? Like say something like that, or you could just be like, yeah, I thought so too, as like a joke, obviously, and like the laughing crying face. Or just ignore it. If you honestly feel so upset, just like block it. But I feel like that's just something to show that like they just actually affect you, which I feel like you shouldn't let them affect you. To wrap up the video, I'm just going to end with some final tips and tricks. Do not watch the numbers. Subscribers will come, and patience is key. Subscribers will eventually come. They might not come in fast. They might come very slowly. They might stop for a month, which is what happened to me. I literally had a month where I gained like 20 subscribers when I usually gain like 150 subscribers a month. So like sometimes it'll slow down, sometimes it'll pick up and it'll be amazing. Sometimes it just will be like a little bit at a time. It's just honestly, YouTube is so crazy and there's so many new channels and videos popping up every single day that it's just, you never know, and that's kind of, it's sort of like a gamble, which I think is kind of cool. But also originality is key. Just be different, be unique, and people will subscribe. No one wants to see an exact copy of Alicia Marie or Marla Catherine or Liza, anything like that. Just like keep that in mind and just make your own person. I'm the only DIY to try, like that's just how it is. So I'm pretty sure that's it. I honestly had so much to say, and I'm sure it's going to be a pretty long video, but I just hope you guys liked it. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please comment them down below because I definitely would love to help you guys. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.